Cross that bridge, people.
We're back in Compton, California. Approximately 2 years ago, following a sensational incident in Inglewood, in which a young man was visibly beaten on local and national television, the Donovan Jackson beating, we decided as an organization of community people to put together a pamphlet. And the purpose of this pamphlet is to educate the community. The question is, what do you do if stopped by a law enforcement officer? And this is so very important, particularly for citizens that are frequently encountered by law enforcement officers, particularly the young people. So we developed a comprehensive book, short pamphlet, developed by citizens, and this is the key, developed by citizens, in which we obtained information from citizens' input. We went to the Los Angeles Police Department and we talked to my friend Willie Purnell, Deputy Chief retired, and also our friend, former Chief Bernard Parks, and President 8th District Councilman from Los Angeles. And so we came out to Compton and met Captain Rambo. At that time, he was in charge of the Compton station, and we developed and presented this pamphlet and had a demonstration here at the Sheriff's Academy. We'll get into the actual demonstration, and after the demonstration, we'll be right back and explain what to do. Explain to you what to do if stopped by a law enforcement officer. Dr. James Mays, I'll be right back.
Registration and proof of insurance on you. Sure. You fill the signal back there and you turn in the driveway. Okay, no problem. Great, thank you, sir. I'll be back 1 second. About this, okay, just make sure you signal watch other people across the street as well. Thank you. Okay, sir. You have a nice day. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I should have put on there what not to do.
Driver, let me see your hands. Occupants of the vehicle, let me see your hands. Stay in the car. Stay right back in the car. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
This is what not to do when you stop by a police officer.
Hey, copy units, we need more assistant units. Let me see your hands. Driver of the vehicle, let me see your hands. Yeah, get on the PA. Driver of the vehicle, turn off your radio, let me see your hands. Put your car in park. Put your car in park, let me see your hands. Do it now. Show his hands. Driver, let me see your hands. You in the white Cadillac. Driver, show me your hands. You on the ground, stay there, don't move. Driver, let me see your hands. Put your hands in the air. Stay in the vehicle, put your hands in the air.
This is what not to do. Stop by a police officer.
Toss your car, keep on the driver's side. Now put your hand on the driver's side window. Put your hand on the driver's side window, let me see him. Hold still. Let's go with this guy right here. The ground is black and yellow. Get on your hands and knees. Get on your hands, get on your knees. Slowly. Very slowly. Put your hands, sit on, put your hands in your head. Move backwards to the middle of my car. Slowly. This way. Stop. Take 2 steps backwards. All right, 2 more steps. Take 2 more steps backwards. How much? Back up further. Keep coming. Keep coming. 1 more step. Down your knees. Don't move. Stay on your knees. Sit up. Don't stay on your knees. Don't move. Driver, stay in the car. Don't move. You in a white t-shirt. Sit up, put your hand on top of your head. Stand up, move very slowly to your left. Very to the left. Keep moving. Slowly. Slowly. Stop. Get down on your knees. Don't move. Put your hands on top of your head. Driver, stay in the vehicle. you mean? Keep your hands in the air.
What is this? What is this?
Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Take one step to your left. One more step to your left. Walk backwards some more. More. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Keep your hands above your head. Get down on both knees. Don't move.
Man, what's wrong with you? I got papers, man. Man, I'm up there saying, get in this car. I'm gonna do that.
No hands.
My name is Pastor Lo Barry, Chairman for Congress of Racial Equality, Compton Branch. To my right is Dr. James Mays, medical doctor, community leader. To my left, Captain Eric Hamilton for the Compton Sheriff Department. What you have just seen here is cooperation between citizens, community, and law enforcement. We provided this demonstration, police stop demonstration, in which Captain Hamilton will explain what you just saw take place in a minute. But basically, we're here to show the world that Compton Sheriff officers are working together with the community, working together with the citizens to make Compton a safer place for everyone. We can all point fingers and we can all blame, but what we are here today to do is to provide solutions and educate the public, educate drivers on what they need to do when stopped by a police officer or when stopped by law enforcement. We're also asking law enforcement throughout the state of California and the nation to hold mock demonstrations on what citizens should expect, what people should expect when being asked to pull over by a police officer. We're asking law enforcement in cities throughout the nations, Chicago, Miami, especially urban cities and rural areas as well, to provide these types of demonstrations to let the public know exactly what they are to expect when being pulled over by a police officer. Will speak.
But I really don't have very much to say. The Reverend said it so succinctly and so very nicely. And you see, we kind of out of breath. And we've experienced what it's like to be handcuffed and placed in the back of a patrol car. But as importantly, we realize that the police chase situations, as we indicated, can be dangerous and they're particularly stupid, particularly the high-speed chases. And what we want to do is discourage citizens, whether it's a fad or whatever these young guys are displaying their type of gaiety or whatever in doing these chases. People can be killed with those. But we have developed a pamphlet developed by citizens, which is unique in that citizens working in conjunction with law enforcement. That is, with the Compton Sheriffs and members of the Los Angeles Police Department, have revised a pamphlet for our youth and parents to communicate. It tells you the question, asks the question, what should I do if stopped by a law enforcement officer? And this is very important in light of the recent sensational situations. You can sit down with this pamphlet developed by citizens, which is so unique, and discuss all possible scenarios in which you may encounter a law enforcement officer. But the law enforcement officer is responsible, and your responsibility also. So we have this pamphlet that we're going to distribute. We're going to distribute it throughout the United States, and I want to re-emphasize the fact that the public is responsible for the community. Law enforcement is reactive. We must be proactive if we are to make our communities safe. We must work in synergy because our common enemy is one, law enforcement and the community, that is crime, violent crime. And I am honored at this time to bring to you a very diligent, a very progressive police officer that I truly respect. I respect all police officers because I see the results of what they have to deal with. And so I'm going to turn you over now to our leader, and our leader here in Captain Eric Hamilton. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for being here. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge my staff back here for helping us today with this particular training scenario. What you saw today was two demonstrations, the first one being a basic traffic stop where if you had a vehicle code violation, our deputies will stop you, approach you, explain to you why you're being stopped, and either they would issue a citation or a warning. Now, one of the things that the folks are saying that we're trying to accomplish today is educate the community on how they should respond and also why we do what we do. And very shortly, I just ask you, if you ever stop by police officers, simply cooperate with the police officers when you're stopped. If you have any questions of the police officers, feel free to ask the questions. But essentially, cooperate with us, and that way we can move forward. Either we would issue a citation or warning, or just simply explain to you why we're stopping you, and we move forward. The second scenario was a little more detailed, and what you saw was what we call the felony pullover and approach. We simulated that we had a stolen vehicle. The person didn't cooperate with us. They didn't stop when we turned on our traffic lights, and we pulled them over. We had the lights and siren on. We had our deputies deployed out there, and we tactically pulled the individuals out of the vehicle safely. One of the questions that was asked me earlier, again, what do we expect of people when we're stopping them, whether it's routine or felony? Again, cooperation is critical. We want to make sure that it's a safe stop for everybody involved in the scenarios that you saw today. So again, for the citizens out here, cooperate with us, work with us, and then if you have any questions, once the traffic stop is resolved, then I would suggest that you talk to the police officer and they ask whatever questions you may have. But I think it's important to say too that the organization, community unity is important to our success here in this community of Compton. We need to be working together. It's critical for our success in dealing with crime, not only here in the city of Compton, but throughout the nation.
The reason for having this particular demonstration is because we want to be preventive. We want the parents to sit down in their homes and in organizations and talk with the young people, particularly the teenagers, because this pamphlet is detailed to the extent that it gives you a baseline for you to communicate with the young people. And it's so important to realize that there's a responsibility of law enforcement also, as well as citizens. So therefore, to understand what those responsibilities are and to have your children there and talking with them specifically as to what you should do. Don't act stupid, don't act silly, don't talk about the cop, don't reach suddenly for any objects or cell phones in your automobile, because the police are under a tremendous amount of stress, particularly in a metropolitan city with people actually using lethal force on them, so they're going to be reactive. So the best for you to do is to be cool. Here we are, and we completed that. Wasn't that a very realistic demonstration? And particularly to see a minister and a doctor going through a kind of a transformation from a minister and a doctor, or they're talking about politics, faith, medicine, and changing it into these fellas. These fellas that stole this car. They were over at that Dynasty restaurant, and this car boy, they were over there and stole the car. But and the realism of this was the fact that the county sheriffs had an opportunity to reveal to you their procedures. If you're a felon, if you don't stop, they're going to handcuff you and arrest you. And I want you to know that that wasn't really cocaine you were throwing out the car. This is a rock, but this is really a rock, but not a rock of cocaine. I never seen that much cocaine in my life made out of powder. So, Reverend, when you step right here, we're going to close this out. And I'm going to get rid of this rock. And Reverend, you think it was successful tonight?
Yes, the one that took place a year and a half ago, right here at the same spot here in Compton, was also successful. Media reporters, media outlets from everywhere, and today was also a success. And so I just want to re-emphasize that if you're watching this broadcast, we're asking every citizen throughout the nation to contact the local law enforcement and ask them to put on public police stop demonstrations to educate citizens, young and old, on what they must do to when stopped by a police officer.
That this pamphlet was put together by citizens. It was not pamphlet put together by law enforcement. We as citizens became proactive to the extent that we want to get our input into law enforcement and run our communities. This is our community. We have to protect our community. The law enforcement is there as our force to protect our communities, but we must do it ourselves. This pamphlet, unique as it is, has already been distributed throughout the United States in 2002, but it's outdated. See how beautiful it is? And what we want you to do is we want you to use this pamphlet, utilize this pamphlet as a foundation to talk with each other, talk with community groups, at churches. We want you to talk with your young people in your homes and let them understand their responsibilities as it relates to encountering a law enforcement officer. Let the law enforcement officers of your community know that you're interested, you're involved, and you're working in synergy, because you and law enforcement have one common enemy, that is crime, particularly violent crime. I'm Dr. James Mays. I'll see you next time as we explore the world of Los Angeles. Thank you.